Hi friends! Today I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind a lot lately, and now that I'm back into the swing of body sensitive topic videos, I feel like I hear more and more. It's to stop making videos about how body shaming is bad or how fat shaming is bad, and how it can actually help people get into a healthier place with themselves, with their bodies, whatever. This comes from two different people. One is a former fat, someone who was previously overweight, who lost weight, and they claim that it's because of, and oftentimes their words, tough love. Or it's from people who have never struggled with their weight and do in fact most likely fat shame or body shame, who would essentially like to talk bad about people without feeling guilty for it. I really do challenge this on several levels, and I'm gonna kind of go through why I think that the idea that body shaming is a positive or can be taken as a motivator for losing weight. I just want to challenge this and kind of present to you reasons it's all actual bullshit. Now, I'm sure that some people didn't necessarily mean it this way, but I want to express to you what I hear when people tell me to get over being body shamed or to get over being fat shamed, and to essentially suck it up. It's to, number one, get over someone being blatantly mean for no reason, for making fun of the way that I look and essentially telling me that I'm inadequate for it, or that I need to lose weight, or go into whole spiels about my health, which they know exactly zilch about. So that's the first thing, to basically ignore, or to not ignore even, just to get over the fact that someone is ridiculing the way that I look because I'm fat and it should be okay. The second thing is not only to get over it, but also to accept it as a sign or a motivator to get healthy. I have been told by so many people that the only reason that they tell me how hideous I am or how unworthy of love I am, or the other areas where they ridicule me or ridicule my life, are because they just want me to be better, or like they want me to get better, like my body is some sort of a sickness that I can be cured of by people being blatantly rude. If that isn't bad enough, number three is that they're essentially telling us that they deserve to have a higher position than us. They deserve to be in a place of, let's just go out on a limb here and use the analogy of like social power, like social higher up. They deserve that role, and they deserve to be able to ridicule other people and tell them how fat or ugly or how gross they are, and not be told that they're bad people. It's like this weird area of don't get a stick up your butt, don't get offended, and also don't make fun of me for making fun of you. You don't get a free pass to make fun of people because you think it will motivate them to lose weight. Body shaming has been proven to not make people lose weight. It has in fact been proven to lead to eating disorders and people feeling so bad about themselves and so down in the way that they look that they're never ever motivated to lose weight. I was a bigger kid and I was like made fun of all the time for my body by teachers, by parents of my friends, by obviously like bullies when I was younger. And I guess that my mentality was just to sink lower and lower and lower, to curl into a ball and not participate in society. I didn't want to run in gym class anymore. I didn't want to be active. When I was in like second grade, I wouldn't even eat at lunch. I would go home and eat significantly more than I would have if I had eaten a meal at lunch. So it actually wound up making me gain weight. And when I began to lose weight, it was in a very natural, gradual way. And it was when all of that stopped. I went to a new school and I finally felt like I could breathe, like I could exist without being hated for my body. And that was at such a significantly like younger age than I am at right now. So imagine what's happening to adults or teenagers that you're telling this, who have a lot more power over the things that they put into their body or over the things that they're doing. It's mean, it's hurtful, and if you lost weight because you were ridiculed for the way that you look, because you use people being mean as your motivator, if you wanted to lose weight, or if you did it for health reasons, or if you are healthier now, I'm glad for you. But when we place other people as our motivators, when we place the desire to make hate and ridicule stop as a motivation for being proactive about our health, I feel like that's the kind of stuff that doesn't stick. Those are the people in my life who I definitely know some people who have lost weight from being ridiculed, or the fear of being ridiculed, or from people just being flat out mean. And those are the people who, and this is just me personally, I'm not generalizing, I'm not saying everyone is like this, but for me, in my life, those people are the ones who I see constantly yo-yoing with their weight and going back and forth between sizes. When you don't like yourself yourself and when you're taking what other people are saying to heart and you're holding it as truth, like as absolute truth, that you are a bad person, that you're not worthy of XYZ, and that you deserve all the negativity and all the hate because you're fat or because you're bigger, you don't develop a good relationship with yourself. And it's almost comical to me to think anyone could not see that. I feel like the body positive community gets a lot of flack sometimes for fat acceptance, and I talked about this in a Q&A. I guess I just don't understand the point of self-hatred for something as simple as the way that you look or the way that your body looks. Once again, I just want to say that you can't judge a person's health based on the way that they look. I know some people who are thin who are incredibly unhealthy and who don't work out at all and who eat junk food all the time. And I know some bigger people like that too. And I also look at a lot of my plus size friends and I know that most of them are working out and eating healthy. And that's not to say that every bigger person does that, for sure, but it's also not your place to tell someone what to do. The only one who's really qualified to do that sort of thing would be a doctor. This is just me, but I saw the same doctor for a really long time, and he was a really small town doctor and he was incredible. I was certainly bigger in high school, and prior to joining a sports team, my doctor did tell me that I needed to start eating better, that I needed to start working out because certain tests were not coming back very good at all because I wasn't eating well. And I saw him a few months later and I was probably really close to the same weight. I maybe had lost a couple of pounds, but it was nothing about my weight that time around. You know, all of my tests came back good because I was living well. I'm just giving this out as an example to someone who thinks that just because you're fat, you're so unhealthy. There are certainly health risks with being overweight, and I'm pretty sure that every overweight human being knows them already, and you don't necessarily have to drill anything into us. We got it, we're good. It's just not a valid point. It's just an excuse, and it's something that people use as a scapegoat for just being flat out rude or flat out mean. Whenever I see people like body shaming skinnier or thinner girls with really mean stuff, and I see this a lot with guys who say for like aesthetic purposes, like girls look better with a butt or whatever, and they make fun of thinner women because they don't necessarily have those curves. It's always like, oh, well, you know, like that's my preference, like that's just me. And you don't see like the health aspect going into that sector of body shaming, and it's all the same. It's all 100% the same. There's no health concern here. I guarantee you that those people who body shame other human beings, whether they are bigger or smaller or whatever it might be, if you ask them to be there for you for support while you lost weight, if you ask them for tips, if you ask them to basically talk you through exactly what it is they want you to do, they would most likely run screaming for the hills because there is just a hatred of bodies here. There's nothing positive that can come from this. I just wanted to talk about this. Maybe you have said this before, or maybe you're someone who honestly believes that body shaming can be taken in a positive fashion or can do something positive, and I just really don't believe that personally, and I know that most people in the community don't. Don't put up with this sort of thing just because you feel like you have to. Like, don't just take it sitting down because of this weird gray area where people could just be trying to help, because there's nothing positive, there's nothing helpful about making fun of the way someone looks. That's pretty much what I wanted to say with this video. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I love you guys so much, and I hope you all had an amazing day so far. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!